And it's
We're
live.
Okay, now I just need to tell people.
Yeah, that's
Oh
rotten.
God! They said they saw you, Dave, and then you touched the computer and everything went away.
Uh-huh. I can't believe that. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna move that out of the way.
Move what out of the way? What?
We can't see the top, the chat.
Oh,
You can get the link.
there we go.
All right.
No, did you find it?
No, I was just gonna say we're live in a new feed.
Woohoo! You're live. It says we're live,
We're not live on the new feed.
but there's 7 people in.
I can't find it. It's
There's-
not showing.
Did it connect to the
Yeah,
one?
we're all
There we
connected.
go.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Oh, that was like pulling hair. I can't even tell you trying to get this thing to connect. So apparently I thought we started a new stream and it looks like we entered back into the one that we were originally trying to get. So
I don't know. Yeah. However, it's working.
however it's working, it's working.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
I drank my share of alcohol before, so I need to go and get more share.
Hey.
Are you reading comments now?
No, you can read comments. I'm posting the link.
No, I can't. That's the problem I couldn't do.
Coordinating.
We're trying.
You do comments.
I'm trying. I just can't find it.
You do commentary. Jen, go over there and take my seat. You're in the hot seat.
Oh no! Please don't make me do that.
All right, I have the new one up. Not you guys are already here. What do you care?
Yeah. Is this the right one?
To get the scheduled one, you have to go to home. To go to
Oh. It's YouTube's fault. They
Yeah,
made this
Tell them
really
what we're doing.
difficult.
We're trying to get everybody.
Yeah,
over.
we're just trying to get so we can see the
Alright.
comments. So just give us 1 second, and then thank you for your patience. Cause
Yes.
oh, there you go.
This
yeah.
has been
Okay.
Unfiltered Dan is about to go off on YouTube.
Oh no.
He's trying really hard.
Tom, please, let's drink now. We're waiting for Dave, but yes, let's drink, please.
Oh, cheers. Get over here, Dave.
Cheers. Oh, cheers.
Spilled my beer.
Don't spill your
I'm
beer.
really hot.
Yeah,
told you you
it's
were gonna
plenty
be-
warm in here.
Warm.
Woo. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Gilbert from Ontario. Ontario. I'm totally saying that wrong. Sorry, Gilbert. Oh, there you go.
I need some of this.
That's a satisfying sound. The opening of the beer.
Yeah, so
Oh my gosh, Lake Chapala, Mexico. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow. Hey, good to see ya.
Nebraska, Texas, Mississippi. Oh Lord. Mississippi.
Mm.
Awesome. Okay. Now we can do cheers.
There we go. Now we
Okay,
can cheers.
now we can do cheers.
All right.
okay.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome, guys. So we give it. Wow, we have 20 people already here. We give
The right one. Oh, Dan copied the old
yeah,
one.
I copied it.
and
Is that alcohol? Oh, someone from Virginia. And Mark finally found it. Sorry, Mark. We're having issues.
Yeah, your connection is unstable. Please wait while reconnecting.
No way.
I'm telling you, that's what it says. We're
You-
connected to yours.
Get it away
From the coffee pot.
We'll put it next to your computer.
Somewhere, anywhere.
Set it over here.
Hi, Nancy. Glad you found us. Can you see us? It looks like we're doing chat. So
Oh, it looks
Oh,
like
that's
we're
the-
reconnected
there you go.
again.
I saw
Yeah.
the live in the 4 something odd, and I was like, "There's 400 and some odd people on it." That's the time.
awesome. Imagine Travelers is in Maryland.
And we're gaining 1 viewer per second, Dan.
Hey, Justin and Christina.
That's incredible.
That's a lot of people.
I can see and hear. Awesome. Thank you, Nancy.
Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate the input.
We are really, really sorry, you guys. We were Honestly, Dave did a test 10 minutes before. It worked just fine. And then as soon as we need to go live, everything went to-
Everything went down, and I think it has to do with YouTube's new studio. I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to do there, but all the trouble we've been having has been all with the new studio. So I don't know if this has also something to do with that. But
Jeez.
I love
Hi,
Justin
everyone.
and Christina are back. Hi, guys.
Hi.
You guys are either gluttons or no, I'm just joking. Or you might really like us. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a little blurry. We are up in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. We are about 8,500 feet, 9,000
8,500,
feet.
Yeah.
So we are in the mountains of Colorado and long away from big city or anything like that. So the fact that we can get out to you, we're just glad.
And part of it, we couldn't be outside because it's super windy and threatening rain. So that's why we're inside too. So.
Oh yes, we have had a change in guests. All right. Unfortunately, outside and inside Jen couldn't, or excuse me, outside Jen could not join us.
Nope.
They're not allowed in the coach. So we have inside and inside Dan and Jen are
Well,
with us.
and maybe unfiltered Dan, depending. Give him a
And
few.
you never know.
I'm trying. Trying not to
Yes,
go
it
up
is.
on YouTube.
Happy hour from
Oh.
Maryland.
Another one from Maryland, right?
Wow.
There's two of you
Yay.
from Maryland. Very cool.
There we go.
Blurry is good because the words don't match their faces. Well, there you go. That's even better.
We're gonna talk like this. Although you know, we'll open up the window so you hear us.
I was gonna say,
There we
just pretend it's a podcast, and then you don't really need to see if we're blurry or not. Right?
Exactly.
Oh, someone from Oregon, another
Oh.
Mississippi.
Where in Oregon?
Okay, they said unfiltered Dan is always funny. Sometimes he's funny.
You never know.
Oh my gosh, please don't keep encouraging unfiltered Dan. He's gonna come out.
Newburgh. All right.
Yay.
We are from Bend. Karen and I.
Canby, Oregon,
Canby, Oregon.
originally.
Bend, Oregon.
Oh, someone's
Okay,
here from Elkton, Oregon as well.
I'm not answering these.
Hey.
I'm answering comments on. I should write.
There you go. Unfiltered Dan is speaking now. You can read his comment if you would like to see what he's saying. You need to turn down the volume.
No,
Well, I can hear it though.
Echoes.
And it's echoing. And
it's
there you go.
confusing.
Morgan Hill, California. There you
Oh,
go.
Yay.
yeah,
We
we
like
know.
Morgan Hill.
Yep,
It's a
we've
pretty
spent
town.
time in Thousand Trails, Morgan Trail.
You haven't seen Unfiltered Dan yet? Oh, don't worry. He probably will.
Oh,
my.
yeah.
And I'm not
Yes,
entirely
he does.
sure. You might have seen him once in a while.
No, you've seen him.
He was especially informed
He just has a
last
name.
time.
Yeah, now he's just got a name attached to him.
Well, we got 26 people here, and we are about 8 minutes in. We are so glad that you guys made it over here. Bend and Burns. Oh, grandkids in Bend and
Oh,
Burns. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we know it well.
Yes, we do.
We've spent the last 30 years in Bend, so
Love it.
Yeah.
Miss it.
we miss it. Yep. We had trouble getting signed on. If you're late coming to us, we are so sorry. We tried to sign on at 6 o'clock. I did a test stream on another account just to make sure everything was working, and it worked perfectly. There was no problem. When we tried to start this stream, we could not start it. We tried, and finally we just had to start another stream. So I'm not sure which stream that you had to come over to get to us, but we're glad that you're here.
Yes, we are. All right. Should we do a question?
We can do questions. So we planned on handling questions from you guys, and we have a set of questions of our own that we sat around. Unfortunately, we don't have the fire tonight because
No.
it is kind of blustery and cold and wants to rain out there. So we decided to bring it inside today. But yes, we are still in the Colorado Rockies. So
I will answer Marcy's question. It's actually from Hermit's Rest at the Grand Canyon. Dan is definitely not a Ravens fan.
No,
He
no.
used to be. He used to be a San Francisco 49er
I'm
fan,
still a
but
San Francisco supporter. I just
Okay.
don't watch football.
we just don't watch football. But he's a 49er fan. To answer your question.
That hat.
Okay, so the first question that we're going to answer is, what do you know now that you wish you would have known when you first started full timing? So Karen, go.
Oh my God.
So if you don't know, Karen and I started full timing about a year and a half ago, 2 years.
2 years ago.
We are going
now.
In another month, we're
September.
going to be in season 3. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and we'll take you along with us. We love sharing with you guys. And but so yeah,
What do we know now that we wish
yeah. Are we
known?
speaking as couples or are we individuals?
Whatever you'd like to do, Dave.
Oh,
And while you guys are thinking of your answer, Imagine Travels wanted to know if we let everyone know if the giveaway was already done on the other one. They should come over to this one.
oh, there was a giveaway we gave. It was $1,000 giveaway,
Oh no!
and unfortunately, we had Unfiltered Dave is in the house
Okay,
now.
now we're gonna go back to the question now. Okay,
I
so
have been leaving links on the other one.
Yeah,
Hoping people will find their way over here.
yeah,
I'm good. I'm glad.
It says there's only 7 people there now. It
Okay.
was 15, so
Okay.
they've either given up
Or swapped over.
made their way. There's still
Right.
7 people over there waiting patiently.
So I didn't know there was going to be as much maintenance on the coach when we started. So that's the first thing. Maintenance is almost a daily thing. There's something that needs to be fixed. There's something that needs to be repaired. And the difference between sticks and bricks and RV, in sticks and bricks, it generally doesn't impact your life much. And on an RV, everything impacts your life. It doesn't matter whether it's a cabinet door not working right or
your water pump not working,
your water
or
pump not working.
your furnace not working. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that was one that caught me off guard.
I will answer. I honestly didn't know that we were going to make the kind of connections we made with people on the road. I had no idea that we were going to find amazing people that are like our family now. I didn't know that was going to be the case. And actually, we have stronger relationships on the road than we ever had in our sticks and bricks.
People
So
back in Reno suck.
I have to agree.
Not you.
That's
It's
not
not
true.
you.
That is not true.
Everyone
Unfiltered
else.
Dan, not
Hey,
them.
Hey, you get unfiltered Jen. She's
The
really
people
good
that
at it.
aren't here, he's talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody said, "Wow."
No, that was from the $1,000 giveaway, I think.
Oh.
Okay, Karen, answer the question.
Wait a minute, I wanted to
All right.
just expand on that a little bit. It's absolutely true. Sticks and bricks, 30 years, basically the same house. I had maybe 5 neighbors around me that I knew.
Yeah.
I know at least that every time we pull into an RV park, every time that we pull into anywhere, and I've never had any friends or family that actually wanted to meet us up in the middle of Colorado.
True.
So
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't have any friends we hung out with.
Not
I
really.
mean,
It's sad.
we
but
have
it's
some
true.
friends, but it's just like we live far enough away, or our life. Like I was retired,
so
but,
busy.
but my
Yeah,
best
you don't
friend's
have
still
time.
working.
Yeah.
We hang out occasionally, but we didn't have any friends that we would just go out to dinner on Friday nights or whatever. It's like we didn't have that. Here we have.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's you guys, there's Tom and Lori,
because
there's
they're beating them off with a stick.
there's
Teresa
well, yeah,
Todd.
Teresa and Todd. There's
Matt
I,
Maria.
Matt
I can't
Maria,
even
yeah.
begin. to
There's
tell you
actually
that.
we met so many amazing, wonderful people on the road. So that
That's
was a
big
huge
one.
bonus. It really, really
Yeah.
was.
You meet so many great people.
Mhm.
On the plus side, you're meeting so many great people. On the negative side, I didn't realize
so
you
many
would
great
have to
people.
go find everything.
That's
You
true.
get to a new town, you got to go find a grocery store. You got to go figure out where you're going to get gas. You got to go, Google everything.
Yelp and Google are your friend
friends.
because you can't find you can't find a gas station.
Google
Like-
is not your friend. We've proven
Not
that.
today.
Yeah.
Not today. Google, you're letting us down if you're at,
We know you're listening.
and we know you're listening. But
Don't
no,
mess up the live stream.
it's true. To find gas, to find a grocery store, to find really anything, even our boondocking site, we are relying on the technology of Google
Searches.
and literally using
directions.
GPS to find it,
Yeah.
which you don't have to do in a sticks and bricks because you know
gotta
where
be
everything
okay
is.
with that uncertainty and lot
Along
of
those
people are.
lines, the planning. That's part of it. It's everywhere you go, everything you do, your plan. Where are we going to go shopping? Well, I better look and find the place. And, what do they have and what kind of stores they have here? Do they have our favorite? No, they don't. Where are we going to spend next week? Where are we going to spend tomorrow night? Can I get there? How much does it cost? Blah, blah, blah.
Finding
blah,
dump stations, finding places to do your
Oh my
trash. I
God.
mean, there's a lot of things you have to plan.
blah.
That you,
I like to plan. And sometimes it's like, okay, I just want to go somewhere and sit for a while and not have to worry about it. And when we've sat somewhere long enough, like
They're with us.
Yeah.
they're with us.
Yeah, well, we've been in Salida. This is our third time,
yeah.
and it's like now we know what
Yeah.
stores they have. We know where we like to
Exactly.
go,
and
Yeah.
what
and
happens
then we're gonna leave.
and then what happens when you figure out where everything is?
We get sick and tired
Okay.
and want to go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Time to move on.
That's exactly.
Gotta
You
go.
know you've been in a place too long if you know every grocery store, where to get gas, where to do the trash. It's time to go and find a new place so you can start all over again.
And surprisingly, that's only about 10 days.
Mhm.
So
I'm gonna totally. G Dandy said sup bro, and Nancy Fernandez says the unknown mysteries and surprises. Indeed.
awesome.
Okay, are we ready for another question?
We are.
Unless you all have questions, if you do, tell
Yeah,
us. And
ask
we'll-
Yeah,
questions.
you're reading. I can't
Come on.
quite read it up. We have the chat scrolling both there and up in the TV.
Which is
So
why
if we're
I'm
looking that
constantly
way,
looking over
It's-
there.
we
yeah,
can
'cause
kind
we're
of see it
reading.
better up there. So if you're wondering why we keep looking over to the right,
That's why.
It's
we're-
better than early on when I was like this the entire time.
Okay,
G
this,
Anders, sup, bro?
this is a good question.
Sup?
What do you miss about sticks and bricks living versus full time living?
Miss.
What do you miss about sticks and bricks? Yeah.
Pizza delivery,
You can still get pizza delivered.
but not like right
Tell
now.
them
Here?
we were in the Walmart parking lot. They will deliver it there.
Here if you could go get it and bring it to me.
No.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I do miss that.
Karen?
Pizza delivery.
What do you miss?
The one thing, being near my kids and my grandkids.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
grandkids
Hey,
is.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
You talked about this earlier, didn't you?
No.
No, we didn't.
But
Ditto,
we
ditto.
in that same light though, I have seen an aunt that I haven't seen in
That's the other
20
side
some
of it.
years. I saw my brother. I've never been to his house, and
Spent
I got
2
to see my
weeks.
brother's house in New Hampshire. I got to see my nephew and his amazingly cute daughter.
Yeah.
And
Family.
oh,
Mhm. Adorable.
so you get to see more family,
You do.
but you do miss the grandkids. You do miss the ones that you lived closest to. So,
We've met my cousin and his wife,
Mhm.
who my cousin is 20 years older than me because my dad's family is spread out. It's a big family. We reconnected. We've camped together a couple of times, and we connected really well. My aunt and uncle in Willows, California. We've mooch docked at their house a couple of times.
Twice, yeah.
My aunt that had just passed away.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen her in years. I saw her 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
since we got on the road.
My cousins in Eureka, we went and visited, and
Mavis.
Mavis, my dear friend in Oregon. So I agree. We have been able to see, and we're gonna see some awesome friends of ours when we go back east.
We already did. We saw Bill and Dawn. We're
Yeah.
gonna see Jeff and Jenny. We're gonna see Don and Debbie. We're gonna
Henry
see
and Carol.
Henry and Carol.
But
They
I
all
do,
live on the other side of the country.
but
They're
I
friends
do,
of ours.
I do miss my kids without a doubt. I totally do. Before you answer, Dave, Alan Mooney, it is true. Dan and I have never been to Disney World. This is going to be our first time. We're so excited.
woohoo!
And Cheryl, it is funny. You are definitely going to rely on the internet way more when you get on the road than you did in your sticks and bricks because you need it for everything. You need it to talk to your family. You need it to plan. You need it to trip plan and figure out what grocery you're going to need internet, whether you want it or not. Unfortunately,
I will say, if you watch a lot of broadcast TV, regular TV, investing in a satellite is probably worth it.
Yeah.
We didn't. We were, even before we got here, we were streaming most everything we watched, and it was an easy transition. But if you're doing that and you think you're just going to stream everything suddenly, it's going to cost you a lot of money anyway to get on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and God knows what else. Get the satellite dish. We didn't, and I'm not sad we didn't, but that's because we weren't watching it anyway. But if you do, I get it. You can. There's no internet. You can still watch TV with a satellite.
To that same end, though, we have the King antenna. We replaced the Batwing antenna. The King antenna actually gets better signal in. We have gotten up to, and I think our record is 190 channels at some locations. So there is plenty of over-the-air broadcasting out there, and it's digital, which is DVD quality at least. And we haven't missed TV really. Yeah. So
Nancy Fernandez says yes. She agrees with Karen. Number one thing. So Dave, did you have an answer to that question?
what was the question?
What do you miss about Sticks and Bricks?
The grandkids. Seeing the grandkids, seeing my kids. They all are from Bend, Oregon, and yeah, not getting to see them just whenever. You kind of take it for granted when you live there, and then when you leave and you go on the road, you don't take that for granted anymore.
You definitely don't.
Yeah.
And Nancy, don't say unfortunately you're not full time, because honestly, it's your journey and your life. So
yeah.
Don't feel unfortunate or sad about that, because you got to do what's working best for you.
And even when we started full timing, we left ourselves an out. We didn't know if we were going to like this or not. We literally planned on being gone for about what it came out to be about 8 months, and we were returning back to Oregon where we were from, and that was kind of our
do we want to
escape
ditch
plan.
this, or do we want to keep going?
And
Dan and I didn't do that. We just dove
No,
right in.
no.
you just dove right in.
We sold our house. We lost some money on it. We sold everything, all of our furniture, everything we own is in Chewy. I mean,
Dove right in.
we've talked about it, not about getting off the road, but what would happen if we did. And it's like, it would not be like, hey, let's get off the road and we would stop and move into a house. It would probably be a planning process, a lot like what we did to get in here, because we don't have furniture, we don't have any possessions,
Reverse.
we
Yeah,
don't have
everything.
money for a house because we lost money on it. We don't have that stuff. We would have to save and plan, and it would be a process for us. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go to another question. Let's see.
Okay.
What is the hardest thing about living full time?
Ooh, the hardest thing
No
about
pizza delivery.
Oh my gosh! Apparently, Dan is pizza.
Dan
deprived.
is having a pizza
I had
craving.
pizza and
Oh,
We talked
3
about
days.
pizza about
That's
2
my
hours
fault.
ago, and he's got that in his head.
Yeah.
we can make pizza for Dan anytime. We just like tormenting him.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Well,
Why are you still sitting here? Get to it.
Okay, question again. Sorry,
What
Jen.
is the hardest thing about living full time?
Being in a small space.
Yeah. Occasionally it does get small.
Yep.
And you can't leave. You can't get angry and stomp off because
The
it's
people in the next site look at you.
right.
Yeah, they do actually.
But yeah, it is a small space. You have to recover quickly on arguments and disagreements.
Yeah. You really
yeah.
can't hold a
Yeah,
grudge.
we
You can't hold a grudge
Mhm.
because it is such a small space. There's nowhere to go. It really forces you to communicate.
can't
and
go to your separate corners.
No.
You have. We've had disagreements, arguments, whatever,
We have.
and it's like you talk them out. You have to.
You have to.
right here.
Because
Right.
there's nowhere to run and hide when you're in this little space. So yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that's
Yeah.
definitely one.
I would say the small space in a way. It's like with the house we lived at, we had a 2-car garage with a small shop in the garage, and I had shelves of tools and stuff.
A man cave.
And I
Yeah, there is no man cave.
we had a home theater, and I had a little office in there, and it's just had my own space. And I do miss the home theater. It was awesome to
Do
be
you
able to go
really?
in there, and we had
Like
like
surround
100-inch
sound.
diagonal screen,
my.
projector, surround sound.
It's just not the
I
same
do miss that, but
on our little TV. But you know what though?
it's the small space.
It's the small space thing more than anything.
I don't care what anyone says. People have been like, you can't live in that Class B. It's so small, and they're living in a 45-foot diesel pusher. And it's like, yours isn't that big either.
Yeah.
They're generally the same. It's like
Yeah.
you have a bathroom and a bedroom, and those are the only two other rooms. And
Well,
it's like,
We have a
Well-
question from Marcy actually. She wants to know how you did you guys name your rig, and if you did, what's the name?
Oh, okay. So then we drive an Endeavor. It's made by Monaco Holiday Rambler, and the Endeavor is the model name of it. And we just thought that our Endeavor would be both kind of a double entendre.
Our journey, our endeavor.
Yeah,
Okay.
our Endeavor, our journeys.
I see
So,
what you
yeah, you see what we did there,
Now that we
man?
pointed it out.
Oh, I
And then Marcy also would like to know how we picked the name Chewy.
We had a list. I do not remember all of them. The option we didn't go with was Big Thunder.
Big Thunder.
Most of them were
Jen was not okay with this.
no, she didn't. No, that's not true. She liked that name, but then we came up with Chewy
Yeah.
because Chewy is big and brown
And cuddly.
and cuddly,
Just
just
like
like
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Big Thunder was sort of a double entendre. Not only is it big and it makes a lot of noise when it goes down the road, but we're also, as many of you know, we're Disney
Disney
geeks, and that's one of our favorite
We do
rides at
love Big Thunder
Disneyland is Big
Railroad,
Thunder Railroad. So
But
we thought
Chewy
Chewy's
fit,
better.
yeah,
Chewy
Chewy
fits.
fit better.
And everybody is
And-
kind of settled into Chewy.
And for the record, the Jeep, his name's Battleborn.
Battleborn.
That is because we're from Nevada,
Yes.
and that's the state motto.
And it's not because I'm wearing this shirt. I just
It
realized.
has nothing to do with the batteries.
No.
This
We
is an
had the name-
advertisement for Battleborn batteries. Buy your Battleborn batteries today.
We
I'm
had
saying.
the name before that they were a company.
Yeah. we did.
And the other is Jeeps were born during World War II, 1941. So the Jeep is Battleborn. So it is also names are full of double entendres.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Crow's Nest said, "Do the four of us have any
Arr.
plans to meet up again?" Definitely.
Oh yeah.
We don't have an
a
actual
must.
plan yet, but when we get back on the West Coast, that'll be one of the
Sometime in
first things.
2021.
We're family by now, so
Yeah, we are
it's
family.
like you can't get rid of us,
No, right back at you.
right? So
You can try, you can run and hide, but yeah. We know where you live. No, I'm
right,
just joking.
right.
Just today.
Next exit said, "What is your favorite length of stay at a campground?" It really, I'll speak for me. It really depends on the location. If it's a location that has a lot of really cool stuff to do around there, we'll stay until we've pretty much done everything we've seen.
Or
But
they kick us out.
yeah, but if it's a campground that is kind of in a remote area, probably maybe a week, 5 days to a week.
Our usual stay is 10 to 12 days. We get real twitchy after about 10 to 12 days.
Yeah.
We're feeling like moving down the road. But like Jen said, if you put us in like Whaler's Rest, the Thousand Trails, they'll kick us out after 3 weeks.
They
I would
will.
stay there for 3 months. I love that place. Not just the Thousand Trails, the area, but
The
How
area,
about
yeah.
you guys?
I know what Karen's gonna say, so we're gonna say it together and make sure that we're together on this.
please be different.
I know
Please
what
be
it is.
different.
Please be different.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
10
10 days.
Oh,
right.
nice.
10 days is the time it takes us to learn an area, learn the roads, and by the time that we don't need GPS to get to the grocery store,
We gotta go.
right? And that's what we use. If
We're out.
we have been here too long. We know where everything is. It's time to go. So good.
Nice job, you guys. Imagine Travel said they have Han Solo dice hanging from the rear view mirror.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
We
Love
don't
it.
have a rear view mirror in
No.
June.
Cheryl said their satellite's too slow for live streaming. She thinks that they'll have better service when they get on the road. They'll try again next time. Sorry, Cheryl.
Sorry.
Melinda Armstrong, I would love to go to Quartzsite in January. Are either of you going? We're not going.
We are going.
We will be in Florida.
They're going to be in Florida. We're going to be freezing in Quartzsite, so we'll join you.
Toasty, nice, middle 75 in Quartzsite.
Is that what it's going to be?
It is.
How cold was it in Quartzsite this year?
It got down in
We
the
were in
20s.
Florida.
It got down below
It got
freezing.
down below
Woo!
freezing multiple nights, like 25, I think was the
It was a
low.
very-
I'm telling you.
It was an
Yep.
odd year
Yep.
everywhere. The Southwest was cold in what, May?
Yeah.
It should be 100 degrees in Las Vegas and Phoenix, and it was in the 60s and 70s. It was snowing here. It snowed on the first day of summer here. It's been a weird year.
Okay, here's
Uh,
what we do. We watch the national temperature map, and you can see while you're sitting in Quartzsite that just 60 miles to the south of you in Yuma, it's 10 to 15
Probably,
miles
yeah.
or 10,
Warmer.
10 to 15 degrees warmer in Yuma. So that is a perfect time to go down and visit Algodones, Yuma, American Girl Mine. We just put up a video on Tumco that is right by American Girl Mine, literally up the road from where we were camping down
Yeah.
there. And so
This is like how you looked at it.
you like that?
Plug.
Plug.
Tara Palmer said, you have said that you're boondocking snobs. I'm pretty sure she's talking about us.
Oh God,
I was gonna say, you
Has-
guys are.
we are too.
Have you ever stayed at, have you stayed at Harvest House and do you like it?
Yes.
We absolutely love Harvest House. If you're not Harvest House member, if you're full time, it's worth the money.
Go to our website. Use our affiliate link.
No,
you
he's
save
doing
a
the
few
plug.
bucks.
Oh my gosh, no.
No, we love Harvest Host. I think now with the golf option, it's like $79 a year.
Yeah, it's more expensive now,
Which
unfortunately.
still-
Yeah.
You stay 2 nights and you've made your money back. You stay more than that and you're
Plus.
making money. I mean, it's like, and they're usually beautiful.
Mhm.
You know, the wineries, we stayed at distilleries. Even if they're not, there's like, we stayed at the distillery in Kingman, Arizona.
Mm.
Not only is the rum they make fantastic,
Woohoo!
the owner took us on a little tour.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he was a character.
Oh, I mean, so much fun. We haven't stayed at Harvest House we didn't like. And for
Mm.
the price, it's definitely worth doing. Yeah, you might have to buy a bottle of wine or buy some in the gift shop or something. But, you know, if you think about that, it's like you spend $20 on a bottle of wine, you have a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
spend $20 in an RV park,
You
all
don't have a
all
bottle
you got
of
was the
wine.
place to park. You didn't get a bottle of wine, so
Alan Mooney
like it.
had to sign off.
That's
so
not a
goodbye
paid
if you're
endorsement.
Bye, Alan.
Bye, if you're
I'm
still there.
glad
Thank
that
you
you
for
came
joining
by.
us. Melinda Armstrong said that her brother-in-law is in Florida and he has great places he can show us. We'd love
Ooh,
to get
there you
together.
go. There's an in for
Nice.
Florida.
Cool. Okay. Any more questions? If not, we'll move on to our next
Yeah,
question.
let's go to the next one. Ask your questions away. We'll try to get to it. If it scrolls past the screen, write it again. We'll try to get it in.
All right. So this is a converse of the last one. What is your favorite thing about full-time living?
Ooh,
Can I start?
Yes.
yeah.
The small space we live in.
It's easy to clean.
We have this cute little apartment on wheels and we take it everywhere we go and it's so comfortable and we get to see all the great sights and still have our apartment with us.
Nice. Good answer.
I'd say I just like being able to move. When we lived in our apartment, we'd kick the kids out. It was just us. We tried to travel and we just could not travel as much as we wanted. It cost too much darn money for hotels and all that stuff. This gives us the opportunity to go pretty much wherever we want and save a ton of money compared to traveling.
Right.
It's not necessarily
Flying.
saving money compared to regular life, but the traveling part of it saves us a ton of money. You know, like we're going to Disney World. They want hundreds and hundreds of dollars per night to stay in their hotels. The places around it are probably close to $200. we're staying in Thousand Trails for nothing.
Nothing.
Free.
You know, so it's a great way to travel, and that's what I think of is to be able to travel and go and not have to spend all that money and save and plan and scrimp and all that stuff. It's like it's awesome.
I have two bold answers.
No, just one. Sorry,
No. I have two favorites. So there.
there are rules that I've made up as we go.
My first one is being able to reconnect with people that we haven't seen in years, and that whole thing, being able to travel and see people.
Like you,
Yeah,
we hadn't seen them in
My
over a
aunt,
year.
Yeah,
and
in
you
over
haven't
a
seen
year.
them?
Yeah,
And my aunt, 20 some years, and yeah, my
Yeah.
brother, up in New Hampshire. And hi, if you're watching, I don't know if you're out there or not, but
and the second part is that our backyard is always changing, which I love. That I open up the window and I have a brand new backyard, and we can have a new backyard anytime we want.
yeah, I think that's my favorite is I don't have to mow it.
That too. No
I don't-
weeds.
No
mowing.
weeds, no landscaping. I don't have to do anything with it.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
There's lots of favorites. See, we could make
There-
a really long list of favorites.
Yeah,
I
there
think.
is a lot of
That's
favorites.
Okay, we didn't get any more questions, so let's go to
Oh, number 5.
this is number 5. Oh gosh. Okay. You'll understand in a second. What is the scariest and the best place you have been to?
Oh,
Ooh. Every place has really had its own qualities. Every now and then we'll pull into a place that kind of sets the hair up on the back of your neck. And Karen had one in particular, Walmart. We stopped just for the night, and we had, I don't know if this person had any intention of something bad, but seemed like he was casing us out as he was walking around. And I have red flags, and basically when red flags go up, it's time to move. Just go.
find someplace else.
Find someplace else to go, and don't ignore those red flags. And we've only had it happen a couple times, and yeah.
I don't think we should talk about this.
For us, it would be easy to say the casino in Sequim, Washington, where the junkie climbed in.
Yeah.
But that place wasn't scary.
No.
It gets great reviews. That was a 1 in a million occurrence.
Mhm.
Like Dave said, I think the scariest place, and we didn't stay, was the Walmart in Wairika, California.
Yep.
A homeless guy rode up on his bike, literally like 3 feet from the front of our coach, got off of it, walked out into the field next to the Walmart, started pulling out his possessions that we couldn't see in the tall grass. With Jen had left and went into Walmart. While she was gone, the guy was screaming at nobody, just out there yelling. And she got back, and it wasn't a very long conversation before we were like, all right, we're going. We drove 3 hours to get to the Seven Feathers Casino up in Oregon. And, it's like that same thing. Nope, not staying here. I'm not staying here with that guy 20 feet from our door. It's not happening.
I would just say they both said it. Listen to that spidey sense. If something seems off, get the heck out of there. You can. You don't have to stay and put yourself in danger.
No, and there's no reason to.
No.
Your home has wheels for a reason.
We'll come back to your favorites, but we have two things. So Justin and Christina's RV van life would like to know, how long do we expect our present rigs to last? Forever? I don't know.
Longer than us.
Longer than
Yeah.
us, yeah.
With regular upkeep and maintenance,
Mhm.
either a gas or a diesel motorhome should last, a long time.
Yeah.
What year is yours?
This is an 04 that we have, and generally new to us. So we've had it about 4 years. Probably, every time we go to an RV show and we see the prices of the new RVs, not that we're going to buy one, but it convinces us how happy we are with the one that we've got.
Yeah.
It's a diesel pusher. It should have a 1,000,000-mile motor in it. I'm good with that. But I could, you get tired of the same rig. Probably 5 years.
Yeah, probably.
Probably be a good guess.
Yeah,
So-
ours
And then
because
just change.
we bought ours new.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll probably have it.
Chewy cannot hear us, so it's
For-
okay.
Yes.
Jen's
Let me
afraid
close the
motorhome's
window.
gonna hear us.
If you don't know, Chewy is right out there, and
Yeah.
we have to talk quietly so that.
Yeah, here.
I mean, we'll have it. I mean, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
I mean, we expect
Yeah.
it to last. I mean,
Yeah.
we expect to be able, if we chose, to be driving that thing around in 20 years.
Yeah.
With proper upkeep and maintenance and so on and so forth. The modern gas engines, computer controlled, those should go 300,000 miles at least. If you take care of them and you don't do anything crazy with them.
And here's the thing: it's your home, just like your sticks and bricks.
Yeah.
Once you get comfortable, once you've upgraded it, you've done the things to it, and you continue to do things to it to make it home. The last thing you think about is let's get rid of it.
No, that's why
Right.
I literally don't like saying in front of Chewy because it's like our home. I mean, he's part of our life.
Right.
So
Yeah, the more you do to it, the more you're like,
Yeah.
I'd have to put solar panels and get the new batteries and install that thing and do that
I'm
thing.
not gonna do it.
It's like,
yeah, I
eh.
don't wanna do that.
It took us months, if not years, to put all the stuff on to make it comfortable.
So Marcy mentions that they have friends that have a camper, but they often stay at home away style places. But most times they have to buy their own pots and pans or complain about bad mattresses. That's why they definitely love taking their hotel room with them. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about bed bugs. You've got your own pillow, your own blankets. You're in your space.
It's
So
comfortable for you.
Yeah.
You have your stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every time we traveled,
All your
we'd be dragging cameras and computers and iPads and clothes and all the other.
We're actually
And-
going to have to at the end of the month when we
Yeah.
fly home to see the kids. We're going to have to pack a suitcase and try and remember everything. And yeah.
We always did that, and it's like, at some point you get to that. I want to go back home where all my stuff is. Now, we go out wherever, national park, theme park, tourist attraction, whatever. We go home after a few hours, and there's all our stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like that statement is one of my. That's part of my reason for liking it so much is being able to travel like that. That's one of it. We always have our stuff with us.
Yep.
Crow's Nest wants to know if you need a permit to boondock at Skate and Wash near Quartzsite.
Skadden Wash. No,
Skadden
you
Wash,
do
no.
not. You can pull into Skadden Wash. That's where the first time that we went to Quartzsite, that's where the RTR was. We love that area. The old Spanish cabin is up there,
up that
Mhm.
way.
and you can drive a Jeep or drive a ATV up there.
Actually, anywhere around Quartzsite.
Yeah.
I think you can camp
The
wherever
only
you
place you have to pay is the LTVAs. The LTVAs, and it's pretty reasonable. I don't know what they are this year.
It's $40 a month, I believe, and $180 for the season, which
Right.
is
Yeah.
which is like October through April.
Right. And
But-
the long term, the LTVAs have trash, and they also have dump and water. So
Right,
that's the incentive. To
Which
stay
that
there if you're
is a
gonna be
big
there.
deal,
Yeah. If,
Yeah.
if you're going to stay there a while, that's a good incentive.
right? Because the water and dump in Quartzsite will run you about $25.
And in fact, if you're going to be in
It's more
Quartzsite,
now.
Is it more now?
Quartzsite for a while, more than 2 weeks, it's a good deal to go to the LTVA.
Mhm.
$40 for a month.
Yeah. Even if you don't stay the whole
Is-
month.
Yeah,
Most of us are going to dump at least twice.
Right. There's
Probably
$50.
probably 3, maybe 4 times during a month. And at the pit stop now,
It was 27.
yeah,
to
it was
dump.
27 bucks
27 to dump it, and I'm sure that they might raise it a couple bucks again
'Cause they can.
They
Right.
can.
Because they're the only
They have a
But
booming business.
around the LTVAs, which basically in miles in any direction around Quartzsite, you can camp free of charge 14 days. The only caveat is you have to, after 14 days, you either need to go to an LTVA or you need to go 25 miles away. So other than
which
that,
isn't tough. No.
it's easy.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is-
we have, and we'll talk about it later. Jane asked the other question. You know, we have a spot we really like up in Parker. It's 30 miles away. We could bounce back and forth between that place and all, and not
And never
break
leave.
the law or run afoul of the regulations.
And we go down to Yuma,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
we've been to, and Yuma is just wonderful. We loved Yuma. So
Okay. Justin and Christina said great answers. Ellen Perez mentioned that I used to scrapbook and wanted to know what I do with my photos. I actually post them on Instagram and Facebook. I don't actually print them out anymore. And I also post them on the website. So I kind of make virtual scrapbooks now, I guess, my Instagram and my Facebook. And I also make a photo book for Dan's dad for Christmas every year because he's not internet
Not-
challenged.
He's not savvy.
No. And so I make him a book of all my pictures, and so that he can see what we've been doing and where we've gone.
And now you're using that postcard service.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. I'm trying to remember what it's called now. I
On the
just
spot.
actually Justin and Stacy Ford from Opting Out of Normal told me about this amazing touch note, I believe is what it's called,
Yes.
service that I can post my pictures up and make my own personal postcards to send out to people. So that's what I've been doing is the family that doesn't get on the computer gets postcards, and it's awesome. It has a little map so they can see where it was taken and when it was taken, and it's very personal. I absolutely love it. Melinda, thank you so much for saying my pictures are nice. I appreciate that.
He
Um,
does take fantastic pictures.
yes,
I try. Thank you. That was
I know.
that's sweet. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, that's so
I've
sweet.
said that many times.
I
plug
know.
your
She
YouTube
does.
channel if they don't know, so they know where to
I-
find them.
DanGen Nevada.
Everything's
Or you can go to
Dan.
danjennevada.com, or you can follow us on Instagram at danjennevada, or Facebook at danjennevada. It's
So
pretty easy to find us.
so G Dandy said, I'm going outside to burn a steak on the queue. You guys have fun. Dave, I'll call you tomorrow.
Oh, awesome! We'll see you.
He said it was good seeing you guys.
Yes.
Hey, thanks.
Justin and Christina, with the increase in RVing lately, what do you find easier, finding a good boondocking area or reserving a 1,000 trail site?
Reserving 1,000 trail site.
Oh yeah.
I've
Especially
never,
in
even when we had
Colorado.
60 days, well, yeah, not here. In Colorado, finding the boondocking, there are no 1,000 trails. But we've never had a problem getting 1,000 trails. There are a couple notorious parks, like Turtle Beach in California is one. It's very small. It's very popular for some reason. It's really hard to get into.
It's a rotten place.
But
I'm just saying.
I mean,
All right, 1,000 trails. You need to work on that.
Yeah,
All
we
Keeping
right.
it real here, people. Keeping it real.
we had people ask us last year, "How did you get into Seaside
Yeah.
in Oregon?" And we
Mm.
said, "I got on the computer on 60 days out and made a reservation." And they're like, "We've been trying for weeks or months," and it's like, you just got to do it. It's definitely easier to find 1,000 trails than to get a 1,000 trail spot. Generally,
Yeah.
go to Quartzsite. If you can't find a
Yeah.
decent boondocking spot in Quartzsite,
You're doing something
yeah,
wrong.
you're doing something wrong. But
Right.
like in Colorado, it is tough. There's a lot of there's it's Forest Service road, so it's not as wide open. There are a lot of places that are really crowded. They're in the mountains, so everything's not level.
Yeah.
It's it's like it's a little tougher.
Raised by Wolves, which by the way, I love that. Do we know of any good boondocking sites near Sedona? We don't, because we've never been.
We are going to Sedona, and we are going to the 1,000 Trails at Cottonwood. There is, or used to be, and I don't know if
Yeah.
they've closed it or not.
There was.
Yeah, I think
When we
they've
were there.
closed it. Right outside on the drive into Cottonwood 1,000 Trails was a BLM area that you could camp at, and it overlooked Sedona. It was beautiful. I think they've closed that now.
Really?
I can't speak to that specific site, but I do know when we were in Flagstaff, and we never made it to Sedona, but we were looking at it. There's a lot of places around there that have been closed off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put big
the,
rocks in
Yeah.
front of places so you can't stay anymore. That's even true here in Colorado.
yeah,
It's a lot of-
unfortunately, they're doing a lot of places.
Really?
yeah.
A lot of it is because there are so many RVers out there, and many of them just don't adhere to the tread lightly kind of mentality.
Right.
Right.
The other is, and sorry if anyone gets upset, but homeless people.
Yeah.
Homeless people come out here, they camp for months at a time, and they really tax the resources around
Yeah.
here.
We can only speak to Colorado right now, but we've had federal or people that work at agencies tell us that because of all the homeless problem here in Colorado, they've closed off more and more areas because people were totally taking advantage of it, using it like a dump, leaving all their trash. So
And it gets overused. Roads get
Yeah.
overused. All of the access, the campsites, stupid things like burning aluminum cans in
Yeah.
in the fire pits. I can understand burning your paper. I get it. All right. But, throwing anything in there and hoping it will disappear, and then they
Black
just
lava.
leave, and then the next people that get there are fishing out, like us, are fishing out bottles, cans, trash. Well, if you can imagine their wear like that on the ground and the surface around and the roads coming in, eventually the Forest Service and the BLM are going to close that area down because it is past or more use than what they had intended.
Yeah.
So
It's a problem. Which practice that tread lightly, pick up trash when you find it. If you see people who are blatantly breaking the law or bending the regulations, report it, because a lot of times they don't know. They count on people like us to tell them.
well, unfortunately,
Do that stuff
Yeah.
and protect these places.
Yeah.
They'll close them down. They are closing them
Yeah,
down.
a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of these Forest Service and BLM, they have very small staff, and the staff has to handle thousands of acres or hundreds of thousands of acres. So they just
Right.
don't have the resources to be able to check, and so they do count on us to do the right thing. So
This public service message brought
okay,
to you by.
sorry. I know. Okay, so now we're gonna go back. What is your favorite place that you guys have stayed? Karen, go.
Favorite? Quartzsite.
Quartzsite. Quartzsite, and we don't stay at parks. We have stayed out on the BLM, and
They
it
met
had-
us there. No, I'm just
yeah,
joking.
and we did meet these guys there. Yeah, all the places we've been, and we've been across the country, California to Florida, up to Boston, back over this way. There's something about Quartzsite.
I love the desert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sun rises every morning,
Yeah.
sun sets
Absolutely.
every night.
Yeah.
Amazing sunset.
Yeah.
Parker.
Yeah.
But we have our secret spot in Parker that hopefully will remain that way. And that, because it's got everything. It's not near the highway. It's easy to get to. It's uncrowded. There's great internet,
Hmm.
etc., etc. It is the perfect boondocking spot. Love that. But yeah, Quartzsite generally, that area. And then if anyone, if someone said you have to go up to the Oregon coast, okay, I'm there. Bye.
I was gonna say mine's too as well.
I would throw in Valley of the Gods, but the internet sucks.
No,
But
Valley of Fire, Valley of Gods.
but Valley of the Gods is still the most epic place we've
It's-
ever boondoggled.
It's not camping in a national park.
No.
It's camping in like the best part of a national park.
Yeah.
Yet it's not. It's free BLM camping.
And you're alone. I mean, yes, the internet was
Oh,
bad.
No, don't go there. It's not open. You can't get there.
They closed the BLM. It's all closed. Go back home.
Honestly, Valley of the
Don't
Gods.
listen to them.
Valley of the Gods is very remote,
It is.
and
very
there's
remote.
no internet, and there's very little in the way of services anywhere. But it is protected just because of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't feel bad talking about it. It's not secret, and it's very difficult to get to and stay at. So.
Raised by Wolves said, LOL, PSA, the few messing it up for the rest of us. Thanks for the info."
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So all we can do is do better when we go out, because
Yes.
we can't control anybody else. We can only control ourselves. And when we go out, we make that extra effort to make it better.
Howard said he is planning on going full time in 5-ish years.
Woohoo!
His biggest worry is money. They don't have a lot of retirement stashed away. What do y'all do for funds? I know Dan has his pension, but what do you guys do?
We have a couple of investments that return a small amount of money each month. That gives us a small amount to work with if we budget it and we plan on where we stay. Um, the other thing is using Thousand Trails.
Mhm.
And boy, if you don't have a lot of money, which we don't, Thousand Trails is an amazing thing. I don't even know what I would do without Thousand Trails, honestly.
We've actually said the same thing. If it wasn't for Thousand Trails, we would definitely have to drastically change the way we live
Life
this
would be a
life.
lot harder. We know several people that live on very, very little money,
Mhm.
and like Dave said, it's the budgeting and stuff. But Jen says it all the time. It's one of her favorite things to say. But I'm gonna say it now. This lifestyle lets you tailor your budget.
Mhm.
How often you travel, how far you travel, where you stay, how much time you spend free camping versus paying RV parks. All there are people who probably are living on less than $1,000 a month, and they manage to do it. They stay in one place for a long time. They don't go very far. They stay, they free camping, boondocking, whatever.
Yeah, they live
know?
within their means because
Right.
they have that. I mean, obviously, mechanical breakdowns are a completely different thing, but the
Right.
day to day, you have so much more control in this lifestyle than you did in sticks and bricks, in my opinion.
And going back to the vacation thing, just because I like to talk a lot, the
What?
vacation thing, when you go on a vacation, you're traveling, you're eating out all the time. Dave and I were talking about this today. I think.
Right.
You're eating out all the time. It costs a lot of money. Here, you can go to a national park, you can go to a theme park, you can go wherever, and you come back and you can eat in your rig, make your own meals,
Yeah.
and save a lot of money.
And you know what? When you were working and you made yourself a professional at that job, whatever your career was, you made yourself a professional at that. Now you're not working. You need to make yourself a professional at doing those other things like cooking, like, living out and enjoying life away from,
the art of motorhome repair and maintenance.
you got to make yourself an RV mechanic,
Mhm.
a chef, and
Very flexible, so you can go with the flow.
right.
I will adapt. Something people used to say about. Did you guys know I retired very young? I was kind of into that whole thing when I was trying to, learn about all that. And one thing people kept saying is, your job in retirement is to stay retired.
Yeah.
Your job
You
when you're
work at it.
RVing is to stay RVing.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Sit in a place for 3 months to save money, whatever, so you can go to that cool place later. We know people that do it.
Work
That's
camp.
your job.
Yeah, work camp, work for Amazon, work
Yeah.
on those oil fields,
Yeah.
doing the security,
Yeah.
whatever you need to do to keep it so that you're able to do
And
this.
if you want to do this lifestyle, if you love this lifestyle and you like travel and stuff, you can do it on very little money if
So
you
we
are
got-
disciplined
Um,
and you make
yeah.
it your
We
job.
got we got about a minute and a half left because we're going to shut this down at 60 minutes.
Howard said thumbs up for Thousand Trails. Sandy,
Yes.
Sandy said, I've been on the road for 2 weeks. I'm done. So many people don't clean up after their pets and even ran across human waste.
Ugh.
There are filthy people out there ruining it for others. That breaks my heart.
There are,
Don't
and it
give
is
up yet,
unfortunate, but don't
Sandy.
give up.
Yeah.
There
No.
are good ones out there, and I promise you, there's a lot more good ones than there are bad ones. It just
I don't know where you are, but you don't find that as often in certain places
Yeah.
as you do in others.
It really depends on where you're at
Yeah.
geographically, for sure. So anybody have any more questions real quick before
You
we
have-
end this?
Any questions that come in the next 55 seconds, 3 seconds, we will answer. And then we're out of here.
And then we're going to answer really quick because we're going to wrap this up here in just about 45 seconds.
I don't think there's
Tick,
any
tick,
more.
tick, tick.
One,
Oh, wait,
One.
only done.
one.
Love you all. Thanks for the live feed. Thank
Oh,
you
we
for
love
coming.
you too.
Yep.
Thank
Glad
you.
you guys could make it.
Next exit said enjoyed it. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for making it.
Yes.
Crow's Nest said thanks, guys. Fun times.
Did we have one more question of our own?
No.
No.
Oh no, that was our
Did
last
we
question.
tackle them all? We got
Yeah,
them
we
all.
got them all.
So I would say before we go, last week we did the free for all. I mean, this is our live feed, but we plan to do it too. Was the free for all? We just sat down and BS'd.
Yeah.
This time we answered questions. What would you guys like?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you like us answering the RV related questions, or you just like us just BSing for
However long we were on.
And put it in the comments below after
Yeah,
this live
definitely.
stream.
Yeah, we can read these, and so can other people. The government.
Mark said what she said. Marley said thanks. Sandy, enjoy. Y'all are a joy to watch. Abel, thank you. Tara, it is this time. Nancy, great chat. Thanks, guys. Stay safe and enjoy.
We had so much fun with you guys. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming
thank
by.
you guys.
Dan and Jen Nevada, if you're not subscribed on their channel, please do. And our
And
endeavor,
reverse.
yep,
Please go subscribe.
if
to
you
them.
aren't
If you
subscribed,
came over because we plug this,
Yep.
subscribe to these guys.
Justin and Christina said they like a mix of both.
Oh, yep,
And
we do
Imagine
too.
Travel said thanks for the awesome fireside chat.
Yes,
Thank you for coming along.
we're hoping it will be fireside soon. So.
Definitely. Definitely.
We tried.
All right, guys,
All
we're
right,
gonna
thank you,
end this
guys.
one. We are so glad that you came here. You guys, see you later.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
guys. John Leaf said have both.